I'm talking to Justin Bonds. He's the founder, investment strategy manager of Cyber Capital. Justin, what happened since December? We're down 60% with the whole market.
Yes, the whole market's gone down. Everyone's feeling the pain a bit, but in my view, actually, the fundamentals are steadily improving. So
improving. So how is 60% going down? I'm just being, I could argue also the case left and right. But what do you think? Why do you think that the fundamentals are improving?
Because that's what we see across the board. Applications are being built, adoption is increasing, we have more institutional adoption, platforms are being rolled out, so things are really getting better. However, price is often detached from fundamentals over the short term, and this is obviously correction of a very large spike that we've seen.
Where does the correction come from?
It's just market dynamics, it's fear and greed. So it's greed that drives the price up to a ridiculous level, and it's fear that the domino effect to make the dominoes fall to where we are now. So
what caused the fear?
Uncertainty and doubt. This is what we see time and time again in markets. It's something that a lot of people don't quite understand, and when the price goes down, it causes this domino effect. Like I said.
But I mean, which caused the fear in this case? Is it the government? The government everywhere, all over the world, which started to talk about all kinds of legislation against crypto, or is?
I think it's hard to place exactly what cause there is, but I think regulation certainly had a lot to do with it. So we had the G20 meeting, we've had the SEC, which is actually ramping up its actions against different cryptocurrency projects. But overall, the way we see it, we actually feel this is a very positive development overall. So the actions that SEC has taken has been against projects that seem to actually deserve action to be taken against. So.
If you see ICOs versus coins, where do you invest in?
Well, we don't invest in ICOs actually.
At all?
At all, no. But when you say coins, that's a very general term. So all
platforms or what?
Well, the way we see it is we have protocol layers, network layers, and application layers. We invest mostly in protocol layers because they're a much more conservative place to put your money into, and successively network layers and then application layers after. That's what we actually have the least investment in.
So let's talk about protocol. Do you mean then different kind of blockchains like Ethereum or like Dash or like that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's correct. So protocol layers are like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, Bitcoin Cash. These are all examples of protocol layers. Yeah.
What are your favorites at the moment?
So currently in the fund, it's Ethereum, Dash, and Bitcoin Cash as of today.
Okay. Any new kind of blockchains 3.0 which are around the corner which you invest in, like a Cardano or something like that, or?
Certainly, actually, yes. Actually, Cardano and EOS seem to both be interesting projects that seem to, seem to be competing with Ethereum, even though they're not finished. Yeah. They're not ready yet at all.
They have a lot of buzz.
That's something, yes, they have a lot of buzz, so it's good to keep in mind that what you're investing into is still an idea and something that is not a network yet, essentially.
It's worth billions. It's still worth billions into an idea, and then the whole product doesn't even work yet.
Exactly, it's worth billions, and this is also a sign of the times that we live in as well. So, to think that the evaluations are so crazy today is they are.
Next level, then the network. You say the network layer. What kind of products are those? So what kind of coins are those?
So something that I'm interested in is MakerDAO, DigixDAO are two examples of network layers.
I have no idea. Yeah, enlighten me.
Yeah, so MakerDAO is actually a project that has actually developed a stable token. It's known as the DAI token, actually, and that's very useful for different financial applications. DigixDAO actually has pegged gold tokens as well over the blockchain, and obviously we don't invest in the stable token itself, but the DAO token, which should increase in value as the use of the pegged or stable tokens increases.
Okay. And then the application tokens?
So an example of an application token might be something along the lines of 10x, for example, which is basically a Visa MasterCard solution for cryptocurrency. And that's very much user-facing, and that's on the top layer that builds on the layers below it, from network layers to protocol layers.
No, it's very structured. But something like Telegram, which raised, 1.7 billion or something, in private thing. That's not your thing.
No, that's not our thing. I'm very skeptical of that project actually. So
it's really, it's amazing. If you have PR, then you get millions, billions. And why don't you totally not invest in ICO? Do you think that's totally they will never work, or it's just not what you're doing?
Well, actually, we do invest in projects that were formerly ICOs. So often, once they do hit the market, once they do have a network, that is something we would consider for investment. But in the ICO phase, there's not really much evidence for us to go by. So if it's just a white paper and a promise, that's not something we want.
You need a team, a product, and consistency. Is this a great place now? Because everything is 60% cheaper, so you're back. It's easier to buy now.
Well, yes, absolutely. Not financial advice, obviously, but it most likely is a good time to buy when things have dropped this much. So, yeah.
Still optimistic. This is how many times the crisis you have been through, and still optimistic?
I'm still very optimistic. I'm bullish as ever, and I feel the more the price goes down, the more bullish I become, actually. So,
okay. So, no depression over here. This is just an exciting time to invest in all kinds of new platforms. And take a look at his recommendations.